Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, we are talking the three types of nerves. In Quranic Kareem, the word nerves is used in two ways. First way that the word nerves is used is to indicate our own self. Some people would translate it in English as self. Some people would translate it in English as soul. An example of this is when Allah Almighty says in the Quran, "Wazkur rabbika fi nafsika," and remember your Rabb inside yourself. The second way the nafs has been used in the Quran, which is quite frequent, is that the nafs is referring to a specific part of ourself, and it is that part of ourself that has desires, appetite, and some people call it ego. It has anger, it has passion, it has lust, desire, it has all these things. Some people may even call it the carnal self or the carnal soul. This nafs is not part of the ruh, rather, it's part of the physical human being. So, if we wanted to say that we have some physical part of our creation, that is our body and our nerves, and then Allah Almighty has also put inside of ourselves an inner or spiritual part of our creation, that is our ruh. This nerves is part of our physical self, even though it's not part of our physical body. Three adjectives have been used in the Noble Quran to describe three different types of nafs. The first is nafse ammara. Inna nafsa li ammaratu bisui. Indeed, the nafs that overwhelmingly commands a person to do sin. So, this refers to that nafs which is ruling over the self. This means that the nafs commands us and tells us what to do. So, when the nafs has any desire, any wish, any appetite, it simply commands us and dominate us. Nafs Ammara is that nafs which is a sovereign over a human being. It has a sovereignty over us. What does it mean? That the nafs is sovereign over us if it is nafs Ammara. It means that we are subjugated by it, we are subordinate to it, we listen and follow all of its dictate and commands. So, this is the first type of nafs, and the sign that a person has this type of nafs is that they sin willingly, blatantly, remorselessly, in any way that they even ever want. And if we think about it, in many places in the West, this concept is actually glorified because people say you should do whatever makes you happy, do whatever pleases you, and do whatever your heart desires. They may glamorize that by saying that it's the heart, but actually, there are many people, whether in the East or the West, even Muslims now, that are doing what our passion desires. So that means that we have a nafsi ammara. Second type of nafs is known as nafsil lawama. Wala uksimu bin nafsil lawama. And I swear by the reapproaching soul. Lawama here means to self incriminate, to self reapproach, to blame oneself. This is that nerves that sometimes bring a person to do sin, but then that nerves self incriminates itself, it reapproaches itself, it feels bad, it feels guilty. Then this guilt increases so much so that the person leaves those sins because he feels guilty about them. So, the sign that people have such a nerves is preciously that when they commit a sin, they feel remorse and regret, they feel guilt, they feel shame, they feel embarrassment. They wish they could take it back, they wish they never did it. They may even intend at that moment to never do that again. So, they are fighting a battle with their nafs. Sometimes they commit sin and sometimes they are able to stay away from sin. The third way this word has been used in the Quran Kareem is nafs al mutmainna. To the righteous it will be said, O reassured soul, return to your Lord well pleased and pleasing to him. Allah Almighty addresses the Nafs al Mutmainna, and Mutmain here means two things. The first is they are Mutmain, meaning they are content with the hukm of Allah Almighty. There is nothing else that makes them happy. But such people are also doing what makes them happy, because this person has been molded and trained and disciplined in such a way that the only thing that makes their nafs happy, that gives its solace, the only thing that it is mutmain on, that it is content with, is what Allah Almighty is pleased with and what Allah Almighty is content with. So its heart's content lies in that which Allah Almighty is happy and pleased with. But the second is mutmain, means that the nafs has reached a state of serenity. The serene, contented, at peace nafs. And obviously, the peace here means that it has amn and itminan, contentment from doing sin as well as from desiring sin. It has no unlawful desires. It has desires. That is what the nafs does. But it only desires good things. The sign of this is exactly what we just mentioned. This person not only abstained from sin, he no longer desires sin. That faculty land part of their humanity and desires, that is the nafs, only and only desires things which Allah Almighty views as desirable, and has stopped desiring those things which Allah Almighty has labeled as undesirable. So, these are the three types of nafs: nafse ammara, nafse lawama, and nafse mutmainna. Our Lord give us in this world that which is good, and in the hereafter that which is good, and save us from the torment on the fire. Wa akhiru ta'ana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.